up on the Tuesday.
Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different, and once again we're back with another Going Up Tuesday, going up pretty late. And I do apologize for everybody for this going up pretty late, but I have been kind of burnt out doing videos, so I haven't been releasing for about the last week. But I will be coming back with more videos, more tutorials, more free giveaways, and all that. And like I said, I do apologize, but there'll be some very good things in the future. Not, because I like making these videos for y'all, but making them back to back to back is kind of hard to keep up with, especially on demand. So like I said, I do apologize, but videos will be coming out regularly once a week. And this will be the last Going Up Tuesday because I don't want to make videos specifically for one day, because like I said, it does make things very disappointing if you do not get them videos right away. So I'm not going to be holding no special day. So this is the last Going Up Tuesday, but videos like this and plus making beats again and quick little tips and stuff like that for production and picking equipment, all that still going to be coming out. So be on the lookout for that. And also I have a nice giveaway to give away for just having all the views and support and likes and stuff I've been getting, and subscribers. I do appreciate all y'all. So I do have something very special for y'all that y'all have been asking for. So be on the lookout for that, and it'll be coming soon. But anyway, let's get into the video. If you want to check out last week's video was how to master a beat with third-party plugins. I'm gonna put it right here on the screen right about now probably. Click that link if you want to check out that last week and a half ago video. But today we're gonna be talking about doing the same thing but with stock plugins. Now I will say this, it is hard to do what I did to master a beat like last time with just stock plugins, because stock plugins, like I said, they're just stock plugins, just bare basic stock plugins that just do what they're supposed to do. They don't have no special saturation or special curves or nothing like that, or special algorithms inside of them to make them sound vintage or whatever, like most of the plugins I use for the stock one, so for the third party one. So it's very hard to do it, but I'll show you what I did and walk you through and show you that you can achieve the same level of quality with plugins like this. So anyway, here is last week's video with the third-party plugins. And now here's what we're going to talk about today with all stock plugins. Now, an untrained ear would be like, oh, they sound exactly the same. But, if you can really hear the difference, if you notice that the one I use with third-party plugins is a lot more clear, it's a lot more open, a lot more wider, sounds bigger. But, it still got loud, it still got that loudness. But the stock plugins are, very close, not as big and as crystal clear as the other one, but it does have a little bit of width to it, and it has some bottom end to it, which, that's what you need when you're making beats. So I'm gonna show you that you can get the same results with stock plugins to get your beats up to competitive level, because that's what we want, competitive level beats. Anyway, I'm gonna start off with everything I did. Now I use very minimum plugins because, like I said, FL Studio don't have the best plugins. I'm sorry to say it, but they are useful, but it's kind of hard to get. Like FL Studio just don't have good stock plugins. Now my Studio One has amazing stock plugins, but I did what I did, and I'm gonna show y'all y'all can do what y'all do no matter what plugin or VST or DAW you're using. All right, so let's take off everything. Start with the EQ. Very simple EQ. All I did was kind of roll off the bottom, and I rolled off some of the highs at about 20 hertz, 31 hertz, 20 hertz, and did about 2K roll off. And I just bumped around where the low end was and where the highs was. That's all I really did. You can hear the difference. I'm gonna play it without it. Now let's add it in there. If you hear me toggling back and forth, you can hear that the bass is getting louder. The low end is getting more cleaned up, so is the high end, and the high end is getting kind of crispier, coming up. That's basically all it is, because really mastering EQs, that's all they do. They have very big, wide Qs and very minimum boost. I mean, it's like 2 dB, I think. It's like a 2 dB boost, I think. Yeah, about 2-3 dB. Because when you're mastering, you really don't want big cuts. If you gotta do like big cuts and big boosts, go back to your mixing phase and do that. So really, like I said, very simple. Just boosted some of the low end, boost some of the high end, and I always do high pass and low pass filters just because they're useful and they do. I mean, they do work. I mean, people may say you don't need to, but I always have high pass and low pass filters if needed. And most time I will most likely have both of them or one of them at least on every track, just because it cleans up the area that's not there. It makes it more cleaner, and you can fit more stuff in them areas. So with that being said, let's move on to the next thing. Next, I use the Maximus. Now, Maximus is basically like a multi-band compressor limiter type deal. FL Studio does have a multi-band compressor. If you go into, and I'm using FL12, but I'll be doing a demo about that. They do have a multi-band compressor like this one, but I just didn't feel like it did the job like a real multi-band compressor, so I didn't use it. So I used Maximus instead, because you can still go to the highs, mids, the lows, highs, mids, and also the master, which is everything. So really, I just went to the lows. I added kind of a slow attack around 30 milliseconds and a very slow release, which is about 200, about 200 milliseconds. And I just gave it some gain. And that really adds some of that low end punch that I want, because I wanted that low end punch like what I did with the other one. Because the other one I used a multi-band compressor, but I used the Isotope one, as you see, Isotope Dynamics, which is a multi-band compressor, and I compress the lows to get the lows tame, but also get them loud, but where they don't distort and peak. So here's with and without. So here's without. Now here's with. Oh, got a. Why is it solo in it? Oh, it's on solo. There you go. Now I'm gonna go before and after, back to back, so you can see the changes as I'm doing it. As you can hear, the bass does get louder. It's getting louder, but not distorting. That's what I wanted. I wanted the bass to be controlled and tamed while I'm doing this. So that's why I use the Maximus. Like I said, but any multi-band compressor in any DAW, because a lot of DAWs come multi-band compressors, will work. But like I said, Maximus was the one I like. And a lot of people like using Maximus. I'm not a big fan of Maximus, but it does serve its purpose when it does. And this was one of the purposes for mastering situation. I like it on individual instruments. Unless I'm doing my EDM, I don't like it. But if I'm doing EDM, I do use Maximus to get that low end when I'm doing growls and stuff like that. So that's one thing to look at. And last but not least, I just put a limiter on it. Now, FL's limiter is a great limiter. It's very simple. It gets it loud, and it's basically a regular limiter, just like the one from Isotope, the Maximizer. It has the same controls. That's what I like about limiters. They're very simple. But this one has a little bit more control, so you can actually control the attack and release. Some of them is just like you get the ceiling and you get the threshold, but you still get that right here. You get the ceiling right here. The gain would be a threshold pretty much. So the more gain you give it, you're pretty much lowering the threshold. So it's reverse. But then you also get this attack, release, and look ahead, which a lot of higher end limiters have. I know my Fat Filter has that. I think Waves theirs has that. Studio Ones, but you know, I think Logic does too, but there's some other limiters that allow you to control the attack and release to get a more transparent or more aggressive type of limiting, which Isotope does too. It's just right here. You get to control the faster attack. It automatically release, I think, but this is just the attack right here. You get slower for more transparent, or faster for a more pumping, more aggressive kind of limiting, which I think, you know, is good for rock music and EDM, but you know, for more like hip hop and stuff like that, R&B, a more transparent limiting is better in my opinion. But you know, music is suggestive. Do what you want to do. But anyway, what I did with this, I set my ceiling to what I always said to. Stop. Negative 0.3 dB. Gotta get that right. See, negative 0.3. Sorry, y'all. That's the ceiling. That's the industry standard ceiling. You can do negative 0.5 if you want to. I use 0.3 because it just give me a little bit more extra headroom. I can push it a little bit harder. And I have just kind of a medium attack and medium release. I didn't really mess with them too much. I brought the release that could release usually all the way up here, but I kind of brought it down with the attack to make it more transparent. Like you can push it up more to make it more transparent. So you push it down, it's gonna start pumping and distorting. So be careful. And that just added gain to taste pretty much. So here's before and after. Now here's with the limiter. Now I'm gonna go back and forth and you're gonna see what the limiter is really doing.
This is different. This is different.
And as you can see, without the limiter, it just sounds like the hell going on with the beat. But that's pretty much what I want to show you. That the limiter, like, even though it's not a very complex limiter, or it's not no fancy waves or UAD or fat filter limiter, you still can get some very good results even with a stock limiter like this. And I got one in FL Studio One that I use a lot too, because it's a good limiter. Limiters are basically the same thing. They're all the same pretty much. The limiters, they're all the same. I'm just saying. That's just me personally. I haven't seen the big difference. Some may have a little bit of harmonics and stuff in them, but you're really not gonna be able to tell unless you get like a hardware limiter. So, but with that being said, pretty much this whole tutorial is basically to show you that you don't need these fancy plugins. If you're just starting out, you don't have the money to buy these fancy plugins, you can still get good results right out the box as soon as you buy your VST and stuff, DAW and everything. So, look at it like that. Learn from the other plugins, and you can pretty much take the same concepts from the more expensive plugins and translate them into like stock plugins. So now I'm about to go back and forth between the mastered version with stock plugins and the mastered version with third-party plugins, and you can really tell the difference between them. So let's play the one with the stock third-party plugins first.
This is different. This is different.
Now, if you're really listening, you can tell that, like I said, the one with the stock plugins has a little bit more body and a little bit more low end, while the one with the third-party plugins has a little bit more high-end information, a little bit more clear in the top end. And that's really the advantages, I guess, with either one. Like you can, with third-party plugins, I can really zoom in and really focus on different frequencies, and I can make it more clear sounding. But even with stock plugins, it's still a good master. You can put that out for somebody to hear. They're like, oh yeah, I want to get on that beat, because it sounds good. It's loud, it's loud, it's thumping, it's clear, it's cleared up a lot more than regular. But you gotta look at it that way. Like I said, you can still get a semi-professional sound with stock plugins, but if you can invest in some third-party plugins, because they will make a difference. You don't gotta buy everyone that comes out, just buy what you need. That's one thing about me. I used to buy everything that come out, but now I just kind of buy what I need, and now I have every plugin that I need, I'm good. So with that being said, I just want to show everybody that even though you don't have the big name plugins and all that, you can still follow along with my videos, and anybody's videos that matter, but follow along with my videos and still get the same results with stock plugins and with every DAW. So just because I use FL doesn't mean I like seeing Ableton users come and watch my videos, Logic users watch my videos. I even have some Pro Tools people that watch my videos, and I do appreciate that. That's really good that y'all watching, y'all taking the same stuff that I'm doing and just translating it into y'all DAWs and getting amazing results, and that's what I love. So, with that being said, don't let your plugins, your studio, your equipment, keep you from making good music. But with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope it opened your eyes to possibilities. And like I said, I will be making more videos coming soon. So like I said, if you really want to follow me, subscribe, because like I said, I'm not going to put no dates on them and all that. It's just going to be like, boom, I'm going to drop videos. If you ain't subscribed, you're going to miss out. So please subscribe so you can catch all my videos and you can be on top of things, because like I said, I got some giveaways coming up soon and some good stuff. Y'all going to really like what I got coming up. With that being said, hope y'all enjoyed the video. This is last Going Up Tuesday, but y'all know who I am. Mr. Slim, aka Mr. Different, Mr. Not Motivated by the money, but the likes, the comments, subscribes, and views. And I do appreciate everybody for giving me those and thumb it up, liking my videos, subscribing. I do appreciate y'all. And with that being said, I am going to show y'all love and give y'all some good stuff in the future. So with that said, I'll see y'all in the next video. So please subscribe, stay tuned, and be on top of everybody. Y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all next time.